Yo guys, I've got spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire to kick off this here Skylanders week with an absolutely rocking start. Now, what I mean by a rocking start is this package that you see before you. I've already cut in two because I did not want to be spending 5 million years opening this up on camera, and it was just much more safer to unbox this epic package in this fashion, because believe me, what's in here is what's going to be kicking off Skylanders week with that rocking start I was alluding to earlier, and you will see why it's an excellent pun once I get into this. So bearing it in mind, I paid £70 for this at auction too, so I was willing to pay a higher price because there are some very pristine chase variants in here. But that's sometimes just how auctions go. But yeah, you guys might be wondering, what the heck is Skylanders week? And you know what, I'll tell you as soon as I'm done with the unpacking of these guys right here. So that is definitely the prestigious one, but I picked up more than just one chase variant today. And yes, to think I paid £70 for this after having won it at auction, mind you, because our first Skylander, giving us a bit of a rocking start to this Skylanders week, is going to be a Skylander that Crash Skylanders is going to be very proud of. Crystal Blue Bash, which just have the backing card that is going to lose. That was specified in the description though, so you know, it came as expected, but all it's going to need is a little bit of glue and it will be good as new. Hey, that's a bit of a rhyme, therefore Poe didn't even know it. So yes, this is the first glorious figurine of mine, new in the box, if you can call that new, but it's new enough and most certainly repairable. That's the case in point here, but that's not the only thing I picked up. Oh no, we have this guy right here, and you can see somewhat already something seeping through because it's Silver Dino-Rang. God, I'm so excited to own this guy because he looks so damn cool. I mean, it's Dino-Rang decked out in silver, and the silver line of chase variants, Eruptor, Boomer being the other two, are really rare and expensive. This one is for cheaper for free, and for the least rarest one, which is where the lower price tag comes in, but it's still, in and of itself, a really rare and prestigious figure. It looks so cool. Like, honestly, cameras is not doing these guys justice, but what will do them justice even is some gameplay. So we are going to get straight into the gameplay of these two guys as I explain to you exactly what Skylanders week is this week, and I'll be returning back at you at the end of the video for some more external glorified shots of these two, because man, they are incredible. I'm so glad I picked these up. I cannot express that enough.
And now, just like that, it's time for me to place onto the portal for the very first time my Silver Dino-Rang in all of his glorious glory. Wouldn't you just look at that? It's been a while since, you know, I've played a Series 1 Dino-Rang, so having him here is just so beautiful all the same, you know, and knowing that on the portal is completely different to that's on the game, and my figurine is completely silver right now. It just fills me with a sense of such pride, seeing it displayed on the portal with such prowess. But regardless, we're starting off here on the Ultimate Tower specifically because we couldn't just skip over Glumshakes this video. I do not have the royal right to call this an absolute rocking start without the second most powerful NPC in the entirety of the Skylanders franchise. You know, Skylanders videos without Glumshakes aren't necessarily bad, but they are most certainly wrong. There is such a thing as a right Skylanders video and a wrong Skylanders video. The way to make sure your Skylanders video is right is to ensure that your boy Glumshakes is in the video to a certain capacity. Without him, the video is just wrong, and that's how it works. But now that we have Glumshakes making his glorious appearance to elevate the quality of this video tenfold without a hint of sarcasm nor shadow of doubt, let's go on ahead and absolutely annihilate him at Skystone. So let's put Blastertron right up there. Shout outs to Skylar Gamer TV, who loves this character. It's actually his favourite character. You know, and I definitely respect the hustle he's been making. You know, he's been getting several subs as of late, and he's been doing very well for himself. And it's good to see that people are still invested in Skylar's content through the success of his channel. You see, Glumshakes is a good sport. Look at him, congratulated us. How can you not respect a man of this caliber, or more specifically, a troll of that caliber? You know, a troll and a dinosaur with boomerangs that has an Australian accent. You really don't get any better than that. This is like peak entertainment value. Every single Skylanders video I seem to find a new peak, and this at the moment is our new peak. Over way, a little bit of a little shortcut right there.
Cut to the chase!
Rather than having to jump back up here, you can just move on ahead to the platforms before they raise themselves up, mind you. Where let's be pushing for big red glowy button, because there's nothing more glorious than that now, is there? And also watching out for the electric pylons, even I was about to call them electro pylons, which I suppose is also technically correct. I mean, they are pylons that are electrified. Regardless, we got through that section without taking any damage, which is quite glorious. Another unique thing about Dynarang right here is that he has the twin boomerangs, which is really cool. In fact, just having boomerangs in general and an Australian accent makes him one of the greatest Skylanders. Is, as I said in my Skylanders ranking video, Dynarang, I mean, he's a dinosaur with boomerangs. Need I say any more? And another one bites the ring. I love the fact that the entirety of this guy's personality one-liners are based solely around puns. We have come rang or shine, and now we have another one bites the ring. I think is what he said. I don't know. I completely forgot what he said. Literal seconds after he said it. Oh wait, you might be thinking that, you know, I'm an absolute fool going into chaos with a level 1 Dynarang, but, you know, there's actually a little trick in this game. It turns out that Dynarang here is stupid overpowered, to no one's surprise. After all, he is a phenomenal Skylander, so him being overpowered just comes as a given. But regardless, against enemies, you know, his boomerangs do fairly decent damage, but they aren't exactly one-shots now, are they? Well, against boss fights, that is quite different. Against Chaos right here, Dynarang is going to be so powerful that he's going to one-shot him. Just you wait and see the power and the might of these boomerangs right here as we take down Chaos with a single hit of Dynarang's boomerangs. And bearing in mind that this is just him utilising 1/10 of his power. It's like how in his very unique backstory he, you know, went to go and throw dancing partner up, and they wound up, you know, leaving the atmosphere entirely and are yet to start falling down. He has that much power that he can just accidentally fling someone out of the atmosphere in a dance, or what's meant to be. And so now, let us hone into 1/10 of Dynarang's ultimate power and one-shot the Chaos boss fight. Boom! Boom, and just like that, Chaos has been one-shot by the might that is Silver Dynarang. So, we're not going to be trapping Chaos, but what we are going to be doing is returning to the Academy on the account of the clap. And just like that, I have clapped into existence the Academy, so without further ado, even going to be jumping on that Super Bounce Pad and upgrading Dynarang on film right here. Of course, we have some magical upgrades. So yes, we got some even more powerful boomerangs, as if they could have even got more powerful, but now, you know, we got several more upgrades to go, because this guy was fresh out of the box. Not literally, I've still kept him in the box, because, you know, it's the most glorious format for the chasers to be in. That is brand new in the box, mind you. It's just a bit of a rhyme, so therefore I must be a poet, not even know it. It's always good to have a rocking start combined with some poetry and all. We now have ourselves some sticky boomerangs, thanks to the might of this guy's soldiering ability. Now we've got some dervish shields. Yeah, we're just going to keep upgrading this guy, and I can't wait for you guys to tell me in the chat that, you know, I used the completely wrong path right now, but you know, I'm just going to choose this one at random because I have no idea which one is better, and no doubt I've gone on ahead and picked the worst one, so you guys can definitely go on ahead and criticize me for not knowing what path is best for every single Skylander in the chat, because, you know, how could I possibly call myself a Skylanders nerd if I don't know the best path for every single Skylander? I am ashamed. Anyway, enough of my shame. Let's be continuing to fully upgrade this guy with this awesome looking armor right here. This is truthfully the reason why I picked this path, because this armor right here looks totally dope. Anyway, how you guys enjoyed the premiere? It's time for my usual fourth wall break. I hope you guys are having an absolute rocking start to this start of Skylanders Week. I know I most certainly am. You know, if there's ever a way to kick off a series with an absolute rocking start, and this is how. But regardless, the question still remains: what is a Skylanders Week? Well, it's quite self-explanatory. You'd think it's a week full to brim with Skylanders uploads, 10 to be exact. That's right. This next week we're going to have 10 uploads dedicated to Skylanders and Skylanders only. So we're going to hit that Rumble Club whilst I continue to explain exactly what the Skylanders Week is, because this is of course our rocking start to it with the brand new chase variants to add to my collection, as the General Grievous meme goes, a fine addition to my collection. We're moving away from the memes, because again, memes also make for a great rocking start to the Skylanders Week. On top of that, the other uploads are going to include a daily Skylanders review. That's right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday I'm going to have a review for each of the 6 mainline console Skylanders games. And then for the final day, the Sunday, in conclusion, we are going to have every Skylanders game ranked. I think that's only the most appropriate way to follow up after having reviewed every single game. So you guys can choose. You can either just wait for the Skylanders games ranked video to find out my opinion on how these games compare to one another. Even though I have, you know, very explicitly stated my opinion on each of these games in the past, but still, or you could watch the review for a very in-depth summary of how much I love these games. You know, you can watch those each and every day leading up to each of the games being ranked. But regardless, with this upload and those 7, you know, the games being reviewed and finally ranked, that's only 8 uploads, you know, and I promise you guys 10. Well, the other 2 uploads are going to be for your regularly scheduled Skylanders Supercharger Noir Lock. Ouch, that was very painful. I should probably take much less of those. So yes, you are going to be receiving those regularly scheduled episodes on Wednesday, and then the finale will be premiering on Sunday, so you'll have a premiere to kick off this week like you are now, and a premiere to conclude it with the finale of the Skylanders Supercharger Noir Lock on the Sunday. So prepare for an awesome week of Skylanders uploads, and if this, you know, first episode is anything to go off, then it's gonna be awesome, because this was a rather rocking start, if I do say so myself. Anyway, we are going to defeat this here arena with the might of Dynarang right here, or at least, you know, attempt to anyway. Either way, we either will or we will not. There shall be no trying. Because I just couldn't help myself but make the reference right now. You know, I've already made the first Star Wars reference, so why the heck not make another? Okay, here you go. Might of the Boomerangs for the win, just as they can get any more powerful. Oh boy, but everything is hitting me from all corners. Oh mate. Not a big fan of them chill bills right now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with all of you. Luckily for us, that's what we've got our own shockwave for. Boom, baby. Oh! We armoured and leveled up right now, as Glory at his very finest, if I do say so myself. And we knocked that guy off the ledge. That's just hilarious, if anything at all. Okay, let's finish off this final dude right here. You know, he thought he stood a chance against Dynarang, but he was wrong. Oh, and now we got a Brocky guy too. Not for much longer though. So yes, let it be known that they are our 10 uploads for Skylanders Week. And in other news, I do have a really exciting premiere that's going to be going live towards the very end of February. In fact, it's actually going to be premiering in midnight February, so it's going to be transition between the months of February and the months of March. So it'll literally premiere across 2 different months, for end of Feb and the start of March. But yeah, that's going to have some very crucial updates for you guys. But for now, I'm not going to spoil exactly what it is I need to update you on in that premiere. What it's going to be is it's going to be me finally taking a look at the adventure pack levels in inverted colours. There's, you know, a little bit of a bonus episode to the Skylanders Trap Team Core Inversion look. You know, it's about time I got to that bonus. I have been alluding to it for a while now. Oh boy, that's a hit to the face. How about we take much less of those? I like the sound of that plan I do. But I am proud of myself. Why you got to spoil a moment like that, bro? That's awfully rude of you. Why you got to do this to me? You big meanie. I have no better insult, so just insert the word meanie, shall we? Yeah, this game is up to its usual tricks, and it's just giving me invisible walls that are, you know, yeeting Dynarang right here, and I can't believe I just said the word yeet. This is absolute cringe right now. Welcome to the premiere of absolute cringe incarnate right now. You know, this is the visualization of cringe right here, as I completely missed managing to defeat the broccoli guy, which is gonna make me big sad. Anyway, luckily for us we don't seem to be yeeted anymore, so all we gotta do is avoid getting hit, which is a plan I like the sound of once more. I also like the sound of, you know, my armor coming in clutch. Oh boy, I'm running low on health. Luckily, that's what we got pretzels for. Thank you for the most convenient pretzel in the history of convenient pretzels. And for level up, you know, that doesn't harm us neither. Okay, we're just going to keep our distance and defeat this guy from afar. Oh man, that reminds me of Together from Afar from the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. And man, that's such an amazing song. If it weren't for the fact that it's most likely copyrighted, I would totally be playing it for you guys right now, because it would be an absolute treat to listen to, believe in me. I believe that's the name of the song at the ending credits, and man, it's amazing. It just ends off the trilogy on such a poignant note, as we are reminded just how finale its conclusion was in the form of a hidden world, and how necessary that ending was. You know, it's an ending that feels earned, feels just, not just shoehorned in for the sake of emotion. It's just something that was very well built up to throughout the course of the hidden world. Maybe not the course of a trilogy, but still, it's a great payoff for the entire trilogy all the same, and I love it. I love the hidden world. Great movie. In fact, it's beyond a great movie. I would call it a masterpiece. Oh boy, watch out for it. Cuckoo clocker. Okay, here you go. We've got to take down these fools still. Man, if only these guys were chaos, because if they were chaos, then they'd just, you know, be one-shot by these boomerangs right now. But unfortunately, because they aren't boss fights, the trick don't quite work on them. We do have a few final broccoli guys to deal with. And once we defeat this arena, we will be returning back to an external camera so we can look at these chase variants up close in all of their glorious glory. So yes, we will be cutting to that right now. So here we have the chase variants that gave this Skylanders week such a rockin' start up close and personal. With Bash, I did in fact do exactly as I said I would and glue his art card back to the rest of his packaging, but unfortunately, as you can tell, the top wasn't my most smoothest work, but the rest of it looks fine and it's not exactly going anywhere, which is great, and it's also got that awesome gleam from the light that's right behind it. But either way, both of these are insanely cool, as you can tell before you. I mean, I think the fact that I have a completely crystal clear blue Bash and a silver Dynarang kind of speaks for itself in terms of just how cool they look. But naturally, you know, I definitely didn't shy away from Dynarang gameplay. He got his fair showcase. But what about Bash? Well, I savoured his gameplay because it just so happened that someone was able to take this chase variant and make a custom Skylander in-game so that we could see what this crystal blue Bash would look like if his, of course, colour palette transferred over from figurine to the game. A very impressive mod that was created by none other than the Sky Dude 134. You can see, of course, the video in the top left, so definitely be sure to go check him out, you know, for awesome blue Bash in game is not the only great stuff he has created, and naturally you'll find the link in the description below. But yes, now we naturally know what this character would look like if, of course, he was transferred into the game
as an accurate variant to what we see in the figure, mind you. But enough of beating around the bush here. We're going to take a nice, even a closer look at both these characters, you know, because we have the art cards, which are glorious. The Dynarang's been in much better condition because I didn't need to glue that one back to it, and I'm thankful for that because he is the rarer of two variants. But still, it doesn't take away from just how glorious the blue looks on this, the translucency of it all. Of course, you've got his signature catchphrase, rock and roll, at the bottom. For traditional 1, 2, 3 back from Spyro's Adventure, when you could take Trig Happy, put on the portal and play him the game as you could any of the other 32 original Skylanders. And you also have his art card at the back. You can't really see the stats. Bash is definitely blocking them, but still, it's a cool art card all the same. But the best thing about these packages are the back. Man, does this give me some nostalgia. You have the traditional blue colour palette from Spyro's Adventure. Once again, you have the 1, 2, 3, not only for the Skylanders game, but also the Skylanders online website back when Skylanders Universe used to exist, because you could take the code, put it into the game, and then play the Skylander in the game, as you can see from, you know, the screenshot right there. But regardless, apart from that, we also have Bash in-game showcase, and unfortunately this one is not in-game variant unless we're talking about the customs that were created by the Sky Dude 134. And we have all the other Earth characters right now. Ironically enough, one of the other Earth characters is right beside Bash right here, in the form of the silver Dynarang, looking absolutely glorious. We have his catchphrase, "Come Rang," or shine, because as we've learned through the gameplay, this guy is all oriented around his excellent puns, and of course being the Earth Dragon.
For some reason, the writer of this biography kept on saying dragon instead of dinosaur. Like, come on guys, you should know your own Skylanders. But apart from that, it's a pretty cool backstory. I mean, it doesn't really tell us that much about Bash, like who he is or where he comes from, but that's fine by me. Oh, so you guys want to know who is the Earth Dragon if it's not Bash? Well, that's easy. It's obviously Dino-Rang.
You know, you might think Bash is the Earth Dragon. No, Bash is a dinosaur. Dino-Rang here, he's the true dragon of the Earth element from Spyro's Adventure. But yeah, of course, we have the fact that the Earth element is kind of like erupting from this packaging right here with the browns and the yellows, which is of course the signature colour palette of the Earth element. You have the logo up top, just like Bash did, and what I like about the Spyro's Adventure packaging is that it's kind of raised a bit, that logo, as you can see. You know, it's not part of the back art card like the other traditional Skylanders packagings, like from the likes of Giant, SWAT Force, and Trap Team, etc, etc. But anyway, so we've already looked at the pun, and you know, it carries over exactly the same information that we had on Bash's packaging, you know, for good old 1, 2, 3 in the Activision logo. Like the little pull focus I did right now. Either way, now we're going to turn this thing around. My apologies that I'm struggling doing this with one hand and everything, but yes, bring the Skylanders to life, playing the video game and on the web, as you can see from the 2 sets of 1, 2, 3. Then you have Dynarang in the game. Unfortunately, once again, it's not a translation from what's on the figurine because it's a chase, so it might be silver on the figurine, but not so much in game. Then once again you have all of the Earth Skylanders from Spyro's Adventure right now, and of course traditional Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure, blue colour palette, same as Bash. After all, they do come from the same lineup after all. So yes, what a glorious start to the Skylanders week, a rocking start you could go as far as to say, but it's about time I concluded using that pun. So thank you guys so much for checking out the premiere. I will be seeing you every single day for a brand new Skylanders upload, and until those moments arise, peace.